Good morning, everyone. It's not morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me for Flossmas number 11. I don't have coffee. I honestly just kind of wanted to have a slow morning with my dog and drink my coffee and stitch in my stitchy spot. And so I have some progress to show you from this morning. Anyway, it was just a lovely, relaxing morning and I enjoyed it. And so I'm coming at you a little later than normal. It's probably, I don't know, 12:30-ish, right? So in my Flossmases, it's December 11th, 2023. And in my Flossmases, we are opening tiny gifts from the Forbidden Fiber Co. Advent Calendar, which is a Christmas Carol themed. My brain's not working. Even after coffee, my brain's not working. And fun fact, the best Christmas movie, which was not Die Hard, the best Christmas movie is The Muppet Christmas Carol, was released on this day in 1992. So 31 years ago today, the best Christmas movie ever created was released, Muppet's Christmas Carol. I thought you all would like to know that. Please fight me in the comments if you have a problem with my declaration of the Muppets Christmas Carol being the best Christmas movie ever made. All right. So, so I have my Forbidden Fiber Co. Advent Calendar, which is a Christmas Carol themed. And on odd days, you get a little gifty. And then on even days, there's one large pattern project. You get one skein of floss and then the pattern with that skein of floss added to it. So we're on day 11, so I get a little gifty, and I can already tell that it's scissors. I'm like, oh, that's heavy. Oh, that's scissors. So let's open it up. I also am doing a beauty advent from Ulta that will be ending tomorrow. It's just the 12 days of beauty. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. And I am doing, well, anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's just open this. I'm getting distracted. Sorry about the crinkling. Still don't have my computer. These are pretty. I have a bunch of these, but they're really pretty scissors and they're really good. You really can't have too many scissors. I probably have about 10 pairs of needlepoint scissors. Oh, 10 pairs. She's a beginner. She's a beginner collector of scissors. And I'm still always looking for a pair when I need to snip the ends of thread. This pair has a little bit of Victorian flair just for fun. Yeah, these are really pretty scissors and they're really nice. Oops, and they do have a rubber stopper at the bottom. I don't know that I have these exact pair actually, now that I'm looking at them. I think the ones I have are slightly different. Those are really pretty. Nice. Let me get out the little stopper out of the bottom here. Sorry, hold on one sec. Yeah, if I were not an absolute voracious scissor collector, this is an excellent little gifty. Those are really pretty scissors. And yeah, this brand is really sharp, really good snipping. Highly recommend. And I don't know what brand it's branded, but you can buy these in all sorts of different places, these kinds of scissors. So that's very nice. It's a very nice little gifty. I'm also doing, am I rubbing against the wall? Oh, hold on. I got to scoot forward. My chair is loud. It's pleather. I got this when I bought my house, my first house. I moved into my husband's house now, but I owned a house and I lived in Iowa and I wanted to decorate it all like retro. And so I got these really cute red, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't see. No, you can kind of see red and white stripe. They look like 1950s. Anyway, but they're pleather. I got them from Sears. They're good. Okay, the 11th. This is my Beauty Advent from Ulta. 12 Days of Beauty. And this is a blending sponge. Do people use these anymore? I feel like they're using other things now. Anyway, I don't use them because I don't put foundation on my face much, but it could be useful for like nails. I do nail art sometimes when my hands aren't completely destroyed by stress. So that was today. I love this box, as I say every time. All right, so the other fun thing that I'm doing is centered around my birthday. My birthday is December 28th, and I'll be 44 on December 28th. And so I decided that I wanted to do 4 fully finishes, 4 fantastic fully finishes for 44 Fiesta. I'm just going to keep adding, keep adding words that start with F. Maybe even the F word at some point. So 4 fantastic fully finishes. I don't even remember what I said now. 4 fantastic fully finishes for 44 Fiesta. And this is inspired by Stitchy Sally. If you're not watching Stitchy Sally, I'll link her down below. She's doing 6 starts for 60. Now, I can't do starts. I need to do finishes. I'm a little overwhelmed by my number of whips, and I don't have time to do them all, so I don't need to start any new whips until the new year. Because I have other like secret stitching I have to do still that's required. So my first fantastic fully finish for 44 is a biscornu. Look at that. I mean, he's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's got some sort of lump. It's lumpy. It's lumpy and it's uneven. It's filled with walnut shells, crushed walnut shells, and wool roving. And so this side is very wool roving heavy and this side is very walnut shell heavy. So I'm trying to like beat it into shape, but all that's doing is just basically smashing the corners. It's done. It's a biscornu. So this is a biscornu, and it's basically, I think I didn't tighten that button. Anyway, it's basically 2 squares turned a 45-degree angle. So the middle of the one fabric is at the corner of the other fabric. And so it makes this amazing pattern. And you can also find them where there's an extra diamond like in here. And so they're like puffier. But I love this so much. So the front is my court jester that is from my May Patreon pattern. And my Patreon will start up again in January. I haven't had a computer for 2 weeks, and I put my Patreon on pause just to give me a break. So I need to kind of figure out the backlog of what I want. You know, I have things I want to give my patrons that are currently my patrons, and then I will restart it in January. So the front is my Patreon pattern, and the back is this like medieval fabric little dude who, you know, they could be the same dude. They could be the same dude. I used a clear button that I just had in my stash. It's like a, you know, it just in a button. I buy button bags off of eBay. So I have a button bag. So I used a clear button so you can still see. And I'm so proud of it. Look at that. I love it so much. Here, let's get a little nice a photo for my screenshot. So that is a very exciting finish. And this is number 1 in my 4 fantastic fully finishes for 44 Fiesta. My next one, hold on, I'll tell you my idea. Okay, so my next idea, which I'm not sure it will work, it might not work. I want to take this and make a lampshade out of it, but I don't think it's big enough. That's a very small lampshade. But yeah, that's a little bit small, I think. I need to see because I have a little lamp in my living room that I kind of wanted to do this for. And so I kind of want to do a little lampshade like that, but that is very small. Well, we'll see. We'll test it out. So my plan is, and I was going to buy like a lampshade making kit, but I can't tell, like the place where I saw them only has, oh, this is my Dragon and Harpy pattern. You can find it in my Etsy shop if you're interested in stitching them. I love them. This is my first non-temperature pattern that I released, and I love it so much. But I was going to buy a lamp making kit, but it didn't show pictures for the smaller ones. And so, you know, sometimes they have the larger ring and the light bulb goes in the middle of the ring. And some of them have like the really little ring and it just kind of sits on top of where the light bulb is and screws in. All the pictures had like the larger ring, and I don't have that on my lamp. So I need to I'm going to buy a lampshade from like Walmart or something. That's like the only option for places to buy lampshades around here. Buy a cheap lampshade and remove all the fabric, and then use that fabric that's on the lampshade as the pattern for the lampshade made out of this, which is pretty bright. No, I think it's fine. It has enough holes in it that it will be a good, I think the light will shine through nicely. It'll be nice. And anyway, that's the plan. Whether it will work or not, I don't know. We'll see, won't we? We will see. So I'm going to go buy a lamp. I have errands to run today, and I'm going to go get a lampshade as well. So that's that. That's my next 4 fantastic or fabulous. I like fabulous. 4 fabulous fully finishes for 44 Fiesta. That's number 2. The other thing I finished was I made more cards. I did a lot of stuff. I had a good crafty day yesterday. And I also went and saw our Christmas parade at my friend's house who lives downtown, and that was delightful. She made a charcuterie Christmas tree. It was amazing. It was amazing. She basically took a giant foam cone, covered it in saran wrap, and stuck charcuterie, olives, meat, cheese, pickles, grapes on toothpicks into it in a pattern. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was like this beautiful, delicious thing. It was so good. So anyway, but I also made more cards. So I made this sort of simple tree card. And this is just green and brown. And then I'm like, you know, I could do, this is like the perfect project for variegated flosses that you don't know what to do with. So I made like a green, brown, and teal variegated Christmas tree in the same pattern. So I made those yesterday. I bought some stickers to put up top, and I'm delighted. So yeah, that was pretty good. And then this morning, like I said, I worked on my Advent project. So I'll show you what I did. I worked with the Bah Humbug ! I finished up the light, and I finished up the sort of dark gray in his boot and in his jacket. So that's where I am on that. It's fantastic. I love it. So my plan for today is I want to make a couple more cards. I'm trying to make a couple a day. I really enjoy them. They're easy to do when I'm just sort of sitting around and don't want to have to think very much, because once you get the pattern, it's just repetitive. So I want to do that. I have to go into work today and fill out some paperwork. I have to run some errands. And then I want to start on this. This is my, sorry, I should show you. This is my embroidery class, my mixed media art class that I signed up for. It's a correspondence course that I signed up for through Embroidery Guild of America. And the first course is, hold on, let me find it. The first course is working with soluble fibers. And basically you take orts, which are the tiny scraps of thread that you have left over, and you use soluble fabric and you turn them into fabric. Like that. And then make things out of them. So you need to have a sewing machine where you can like lower the feed dogs. The feed dogs are, if you look at a sewing machine, there's like the jaggedy like things at the bottom underneath the needle and presser foot that like move things forward. You have to be able to put those down so you can do some free motion, you know, sewing. I don't think that my main sewing machine can have the feed dogs put down. I think that they always stay up. So I have my grandmother's sewing machine on the floor right here. I'm going to set that up and see if that will be able to do it. I'll kind of clean it up and oil it today, see if that will work, and start making some things. So I want to start working on that today, since I think I have almost all of the materials to do all of these, all 4 lessons in this. But my first one is making fabric out of orts. And there's a thing going around that ort, O-R-T, comes from old ratty thread. And it actually doesn't. So fun fact, ort, O-R-T, comes from the Old English orta, O-R-T-E, and or O-A-R-T-E or something like that. And I think that there are similar words in like Frisian and Danish, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But there are definitely like connected words in other Germanic languages that where ort means a crumb. It is like the crumb left over from your food is what it meant in Old English. And so our ort is like, no one else uses it but us. It's very archaic, but it comes from this Old English word meaning crumb. And so it's like the crumb of your stitching. So there you go. There's your history fact of the day. I also wanted to thank Elizabeth Savory for her lovely shout out and words. She is a floss tuber. She's relatively new and I hadn't met her before, but she is Elizabeth Savory. I will link her down below. And she says that she wants to be my friend and craft with me, like go to evening crafting with me. And then was like, is that weird? And I'm just like, no, like craft nights are the best nights. So I would love if I could craft with you and all of you all the time. Just saying, like craft nights are the best nights, and craft nights with friends, new and old friends, are the best time. So Elizabeth, thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. I'll link her down below. And she's stitching right now. She's stitching a lot of Christmassy stuff. I haven't looked back over her old videos, but I understand she's doing the Dark Queen of the Earth Sal. And she has a bunch of good, I guess she really likes Halloween stitching. So she has a bunch of good Halloween stitching that I'll have to go back and check out. But she's on video 11 and yeah, check her out. I think that's it. All right, that's it for me. This is a long one. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's just a long one. And I'm going to stop apologizing for that. You can fast forward or not watch the whole thing or watch me double speed. Whatever you want to do will not hurt my feelings. I just love hanging out with you and chatting with you. And this is just such a wonderful part of my day. And not having to actually not editing and just kind of uploading it from my phone has made this so accessible for me. It's unbelievable. So that feels really good. I might be able to do videos more often if I kind of stick with this format for some of them, which would be really nice too, because it's kind of really low pressure. Anyway, I'm coming up to 20 minutes, so I will talk to you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.